How much has this trial cost you?
It's cost us roughly £8,000.
And how do you feel about that?
I don't suppose anyone likes the idea of spending that money for no reason at all, you know.
Does it leave you broke, or how does it leave you?
It doesn't leave us broke, but at the same time it's a lot of money to have to pay out when one is innocent, you know.
A lot of people have got the impression from this trial that Clubland, London, is very tough. Do you think it is? You run a couple of clubs.
Well, in all clubs you get an occasional drunk, you know, and sometimes they have to be slung out, and that's why there's doormen and that, but I suppose it's like Clubland all over the world, really. It's just the same as... I don't suppose it can be that bad, as people wouldn't go to them, really, would they?
Ronald, what do you think about Clubland in London?
Well, I think most clubs are very respectable, you know, and I don't think there's any trouble at all in them, except occasionally.
Can you tell me why, during the trial, you didn't give evidence?
Well, we was advised by legal people not to give evidence.
Why was that?
Well, the law of this country is well established. The onus is on the prosecution to prove its case. Counsel for these two men and the third defendant were quite satisfied in their own mind, as I in my own humble way was as well, that the prosecution had not proved their case, and there was no obligation on these men to go and to make any answer to any of the allegations against them.
What are you going to do now that it's all over?
I like to have a bit of family life now, you know. I intend to get married in the near future. I did before this case, but it's put back over the case, and I should get married as soon as possible, you know.
Ronald, what are you going to do now?
Well, I'd like to go abroad for a short while, and then I'd like to be left alone.
Right, so I've just come back from the best gym I've ever trained at in my entire life. Yep, that's correct. It is #1 on the list now. It beats Crayford, it beats Metroflex. It's very, very similar. Muscleworks Bethnal Green is very similar to Metroflex in terms of the feel, but the machinery is kept in much better condition, much better condition, and it has the similar sense of the gym is plastered with pictures of bodybuilders, pro bodybuilders, ex-bodybuilders that have been and gone, and they have the gym itself. Muscleworks has created many champions, so I highly recommend it. It's £5 for a one-off fee, and you get a bottle of water down there as well. They're very, very friendly down there, despite the sort of bit of a hostile feel, but I do highly recommend it. There'll be a link in the description box to the location, just in Bethnal Green, where the legends, the Kray twins, used to roam. But on to a question that I get quite a lot, and something that some people are quite... It's getting popular now, and that is steroid blends and mixes and things like that. Now, funnily enough, next week I'm starting one. My supplier doesn't have the individual ingredients that I want. I was going to start Test Prop, Trenace and my Winstrol, but he doesn't have that in stock. So he's given me Phoenix Remedies Burner Bowl, which is a unique mix of Trenbolone, Test and Masteron. So you've got 50 meg of each in there. So I'm going to be trying that. I've got 3 vials, so 10 ml, and I'll be trying that up until holiday. So I'm excited to see what it's like, because I've never been on Masteron before. But onto the topic of these compounds, these sort of RIP blends and these tri-compounds, and are they very, very good? It's hard to say, because generally you don't know how your body's reacting. I've done a test and trend cycle before, and I work very well with them. Trend for me is the best thing that I've ever been on. It's the best thing in the world, period. Your strength goes through the roof. I don't want to say I highly recommend it, but if you know you're looking to increase in terms of your steroid market, and you know you want to jump on another compound, I would highly recommend Tren. But the thing is with these compounds is they're all the same dosage. So you've got 50 meg of propionate, 50 meg of ACE and 50 meg of Masteron. Now I myself and a lot of people out there like to run their Tren higher than their Test, because it limits side effects. So I might buy this on Monday and also consider buying a separate vial of Tren, but I shall see how I get on. I'm at my dad's house now and my laptop's at my mum's, so I'm going to go back home and then I'm just going to go through my cycle for the next 6 to 8 weeks leading up to body power and training and things like that. So I'll see you in a bit. Alright then, so we're back home now, back on the laptop, and this is just my 2016 off-season phase 2, and what we've been doing is we've been cruising on Test D 250mg for the past 8 weeks, and on Monday 2nd of May we're starting our new cycle, which will be Trenace 50mg, Test Prop 50mg and Masteron 50mg, and I'll also be adding in 40mg of Gymball. I'm only going to be doing that for 2 weeks. I've got 2 weeks basically left of my bulk, before Body Power. Body Power weekend finishes, and then 16th of May is when I start cutting for my holiday with Elle. We've got 5 weeks to get shreds. Not going super crazy, but I do want to get the abs back out. So we'll still be doing the same Trenace, test prop and Mastron, but we'll be switching the D-Bowl to the Winstrol 40 milligrams a day. So yeah, looking forward to that, looking forward to seeing if we can get some cuts in. I'm not a huge fan of this sort of crash dieting, but I'm not going to be going too crazy like I said. But yeah, it'll be good to see some results. And so yeah, any questions on, again, steroid usage, my steroid cycles, any advice that you need, just drop me an email. And I'll see you in the next couple of days on a video about the supplement industry and how it's all a complete load of bollocks. Alright, see you soon, much love.